Hello everyone, my name is Doug and today I'm gonna give you a tour in my 2.5 years old Let's Play world. I started this world in June 2020, right after the Nether Update 1.16 released. And I have built a lot of farms, a lot of builds, but mainly I just mine in Minecraft. And I will show you guys everything now. And if you wanna know more statistics about my world, I will show then at the end of the video. Okay, so the first build we're gonna see is this one that is my nether hub, right? So the idea of my nether hub, it is a honeycomb and each of the tunnels go in one of the honeycombs here, right? And yeah, each tunnel takes us to a portal or to a place in the nether, right? Some of them takes to 3 places or 2, right? Depends a little bit. And yeah, one thing you will notice in this world tour is that I have the cards here on the corner, just in case you wanna try to locate where we are in the world, right? And also I'm using the Sodium Extra mod to remove the fog, because especially in the nether it's really hard to see on YouTube with the fog, so this way you guys can see it better, right? See the builds much better. And we also have a mob switch here in the nether. We break this mushroom light and drop down here. You guys can see we have a bunch of zombie villagers there. And we have this chunk loader that we actually turn on the overworld side. And when it's on, the nether has no mobs spawning. Okay, so the first tunnel we're gonna see is this one. And we are here at the Blaze Farm. This is the tunnel that takes us to the Blaze Farm. And the door is open, okay. And yeah, this is 420 by 420 perimeter, where we mined everything with pickaxes, right? And we've lost all the bedrock on the top and on the bottom. And we made the walls with gold blocks. And here in the center, we have the guest soldiers here holding up the Blaze Farm. And yeah, the Blaze Farm is on top here. The gases push the blaze to the center and then you kill them, right? If I turn on the farm, you can see that the gases push the blaze there to the center, and then they fall down here and you just get the sword and kill them. And then there's a shulker box loader there for the blaze rods. And on top of the blaze farm here, we have this area where we have some items that were important during doing this perimeter. And we have B, that's a phantom that spawned in the Oriental base that will go there soon. And yeah, it spawned while you were mining here, and then we brought B here, and now B lives here forever. And yeah, below here we have this Musk here. So yeah, I found a YouTube video with a world download for the Sandstorm Musk, right? The Root Sandstorm. And he built here using Schematica because I'm not really great at note block stuff in Minecraft. And I also added these dispensers here because back here we have a minecart that we can craft some fireworks here. We have materials to craft fireworks. Place the fireworks here, press this button, and the minecart will distribute fireworks in the dispensers. And then when we start playing the music here, it will also shoot out fireworks. Yeah, right now I don't have fireworks because it takes a while to load the fireworks, but you can hear the music a little bit. But yeah, I'm not gonna listen to the whole music because we have a lot of stuff to show, so let's go to the next build. Okay, the next build we're gonna check, it's in the same tunnel here at the very end of the tunnel, and it's our frog light farm. And as you can see, we have some frogs here. There's one there, the lily pad, right? And the magma cube here in the center is the farm, right? You can see that we have a place for the magma cubes to spawn, and they get attracted by the iron golems and go to the center where we have powder snow there to build the big magma cubes and the medium ones. and then the small ones get eaten by the frogs down there. And we have an elevator here where all the items get dropped, and as you can see they go through the glass here, and yeah, that piston pushes the items in these hoppers here, and we get a bunch of frog lights. And the coolest thing about this perimeter is that we made this right after we finished the 420 by 420 perimeter, and we did this perimeter in one stream, 46-hour stream. Of course I slept twice during the stream, the first time 2 hours and then the second time 4 hours, so I guess it was only 40 hours to mine the perimeter, but I can't stay awake for 46 hours, so I did slept during the stream. And yeah, we did this in one stream because it's very small perimeter, right? It's the minimum size, 128 radius circle, and this area was already very empty, right? We got lucky to find this area in the nether where was already a lot of air and lava lakes and stuff, and also we just mined to lava level, not like the other one that we went all the way to bedrock. Okay, the next build I'm gonna show is this here. That's the Oriental base, where we have a bunch of builds in the Oriental style, right, as you can see here. I tried to make some cherry trees. I don't know if they look that great, right? But yeah, we have some builds here, and there is 2 of them that have actual functionality. That one we can farm seagrass, and then we can get seagrass, and inside that one we have turtles that we can breed and get turtle eggs. Okay, now we are at spawn, right? And I haven't really built too much, and this is a mob switch. So right now the mobs are inside the spawn chunks, and no other mobs will spawn in the world. But if I just press this lever, the water pushes the mob to another chunk, and now mobs will spawn, right? And yeah, there is a few stuff here close to spawn. So one thing we have close to spawn is this temple here that we built for the last netherrack. This was the last netherrack block we got from the 420 by 420 perimeter. So we built a temple here. And yeah, very close to this temple here, we have another build that is the Alais Islands, or the Alais Castle there. So it's a bunch of floating islands made mostly of endstone, and on top a little bit of prismarine and warped nylon, right? And we also have these custom trees made of bone blocks, glass and skulk. And of course here we have the castle, and there is a lot of Alais flying around. These ones with trident look like they are witches with a broom, right? And yeah, we have a door here. And inside here we have a portal and more Alais. And here we have stuff to duplicate Alais, right? Amethyst and music discs. So we can get more Alais and lead them to the nether and wherever we want them. Okay, now on that tunnel we have the Warden farm. Okay, we are here, and yeah, here we have a Warden killer bow and a bunch of spectral arrows. And if we stand in here, the Wardens start to spawn, and we can shoot them down there if I can hit, because I think there is some there already, or maybe not. Let's see if one will spawn. Ah, see, you just saw one falling down there. Ah, there we go, first try. See? Now with the spectral arrows we can see the Wardens. So yeah, most of the time they die for entity framing damage, right? But sometimes, every once in a while, we get a Warden kill, which is cool because then we have some statistics here of warden kills, right? There we go. So yeah, that's it for the warden farm. Let's go to the next build. Okay, the next project here is actually the last video we did, right? We finished this project where we built a bunch of structures in here, like there is a pillager outpost with a pillager there, a witch hut, there is a witch there, drown ruins with some drowns, nether fortress with wither skeletons, zombified piglins and blazes. There is this guardian temple with some elder guardians and guardians. There is an indie city and there is some shulkers up there. And we also build a ancient city and there is a warden there in the portal. And also we have this mansion that has a whole bunch of mobs inside there, for example guests. So yeah, if you wanna see all the mobs, everything here, check out the last video we did before this one. Okay, so this project is also pretty recent. A couple videos ago we showed this. This is Octantlis, right? We made a giant octagon here in the middle of the ocean. And yeah, there was a guardian temple here, so the idea is to build a guardian farm and a bunch of other farms here. And also down here, this trapdoor, we have an end portal. So yeah, this is a pretty easy way to go back to the end. Okay, now this project here is a bunch of floating islands with giant flowers. In each of these islands is a flower farm. Okay, it's a pretty cool project, and also after we update to 1.18 we actually got a few mountains close by, which made this place even more beautiful. Okay, so here we are at my guardian farm, as you can see. But the cool thing about this, I guess, is the build, right? It's a pretty cool build, but the farm itself is not that great anymore, because after we updated it to 1.18 there's a bunch of deep slate caves and stuff here. But yeah, it still looks really cool, right? Yeah, from here you can see the storage is there, healing chamber, and there is where the guardians spawn. Okay, here we have a shulker farm, and this lever here turns on the chunk loader. There you go, you can see the minecarts. So yeah, this is loading the chunks, so now it will produce shulker shells even if we are not here. So yeah, this is a pretty good shulker farm. Yeah, it's a shulker farm designed by Ending Credits. If you look it in the episode I built, there is a link in the description there. Okay, so this project here is an underwater base that I built in this coral reef, right? So yeah, we have a few builds here that are just aesthetic, right? Not really any functionality. But we also have two farms here. This one here is a sea pickle farm. You just turn on here and it starts producing a bunch of sea pickles. And this other one here is a coral farm, right? You just press this note block and it will bone meal, and then you can use the silk touch to get all the coral. Okay, so that tunnel leads us to the wither farm, so let's go there. And yeah, this is a farm designed by Tetra, and all you have to do is close the door here and it will start bringing the skeletons here. So yeah, and yeah, for this one we didn't do a perimeter because we are in a Soul Sand Valley, right? So you don't really need to do a perimeter, just had to place some buttons here on the fortress and in a few places here. But yeah, maybe in the future we do a perimeter for a wither farm. And also we have a blaze farm here, a blaze spawner that obviously I never use anymore because we have the blaze farm perimeter now. Okay, now I'm gonna show a bunch of stuff that's mostly farms that are relatively close to spawn and relatively close to each other. Yeah, this first one here is just some mini games, right? This one you drop the armor stand and the goats will rain the armor stand to one of the sides, right? See, and this time magenta wins, and you get a magenta firework. And this one is a D20, you press a button and you get a random number, but instead of 1 to 20, it's 0 to 19 because it was easier to make the headstone. And right behind this we have the copper farm. This is my own design, but after 1.18 it's not really worth it using copper farms. Mining is much faster, and also we have a bunch of cauldrons there to farm some powder snow. And we have this rail line that comes from a pillager outpost, and we get pillagers here, and they try to shoot the golem until they pacify, right? Until the crossbow breaks and they pacify. So if we follow this rail line here, we have the pillager outpost that uses sometimes to pacify pillagers, and sometimes, or most of the time, I use to get bad omen, right? And start raids. And right next to the village outpost there, we have this drowned farm here that I mostly use it to get the nautilus shells or tridents, right? Because like I said, the copper is much better if you just mine. But yeah, right next here we have a raid farm that I don't use it that much anymore because we also built this raid coliseum, which is way more fun, right? We fight a raid, and usually I also spawn a wither here because it's a self-building raid coliseum. If I turn on the headstone here, you will see that if a creeper explodes, or sometimes TNT drops from the dispensers, or if you have a wither breaking stuff, the coliseum self repairs, as you can see. Both the walls and the floor, we have a bunch of basalt generators and stone generators that regenerate the walls and the floor. And down here is a little bit of a sneak peek of the headstone. Is a bunch of pistons and observers and stone generators, basalt generators, and all that kind of stuff. And pretty close to the Coliseum here we have a creeper farm that originally I built to get gunpowder, but nowadays I have a better creeper farm that we're gonna see in a bit. So yeah, mostly I can flick this lever and push the creepers here, rename them, and then push them over here where we have a holding chamber. And whenever starts thunderstorming, I place the armor stand on that slab and use a trident to strike the armor stand, and we get all these charged creepers. And then we have these mine carts here that I can actually show you guys. And yeah, here we have just a simple mob farm. So yeah, if we press this button, a minecart goes there in the mob farm and gets a mob for us. Now we got a zombie. And if I press this, we get a charged creeper. I swear this works most of the time, guys. There we go. Now we got a zombie. Charged creeper is lit, exploded, and we got a zombie head. There we go, first try. And very close to our Coliseum here, we have our desert base. Yeah, that we have a bunch of builds, right? This pyramid here already was a lot of different stuff. Was at some point was a sugarcane farm, and then a storage, and now it is just a monument for the people that have raided on the streams, right? And yeah, there is a lot of starter farms here because this was my first base when I started playing. Here we have just a place to hang out, right? This is my first mine shaft. I mined all the way down there. The portal. And this here is our first villager trading hall, where I got a bunch of librarians with all the books, right? And some masons here, and one of each other profession. And right next to our desert base here, we have the gold farm. Yeah, this is just a portal-based gold farm. It produces about one shulker box of gold blocks every 2 hours. Yeah, this is the farm I had to use it for 250 hours to get enough gold blocks for the 420 by 420 perimeter walls. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the next project is loading here. And this is our overall perimeter that at some point we had a bunch of farms, right? But then we updated it to 1.18 and I had to dig all the deep slate, but I didn't dig. Mining in Minecraft is very stupid. Of course I used the TNT, but I didn't dupe TNT. I actually went mining in Minecraft for sand and crafted a bunch of TNT. Which by the way is very stupid. If you wanna mine deep slate, just use moss. But yeah, stupid stuff apart, this is a very cool farm. I'm really proud of this because it's my own design. So yeah, I opened a little bit here so we can see, and right now it's turned off, but when we turn on, that block gets pushed underneath this trapdoor, right? And what happens is that block blocks the light from the portal, so the mobs can actually spawn here. And this observer is observing a string, and whenever a creeper spawns, the observer will power the piston that removes the block. The creeper goes down, and then there's nothing else in the string. The observer updates again the piston and brings the block back, right? And all this stuff behind here is just to turn on and off the farm. And yeah, then the creepers go to the nether and die there, and we get about 69 shulker boxes of gunpowder per hour, or about 52 seconds to get a full shulker of gunpowder. So yeah, it's a pretty fast farm. Not as fast as Psycraft, but I'm one guy, okay? I'm not a whole server. And I don't do TNT. Okay, here we have a battering farm. Yeah, it's just 64 piglins and you throw all the gold ingots here. And then you can place the items in this shulker. There is a trash can here for items you don't want, right? So yeah, basically that's it. Okay, so in this portal we have a stronghold, and yeah, it's a work in progress. So yeah, as you can see here we have a temporary cactus farm, and we have this that is a map art, and as you can see we have pistons going up and down here, right? And you will see why in a second. Now we need to eat Char's fruit. It's never the first try. Oh, there we go, 8 tries. And yeah, here we have a room that's maps everywhere, in the wall, in the ceiling, in the floor, right? And the cool thing is when we hold the map in your hand here, there we go. See the pistons moving there, update the map, and you can see the stars blinking. The only thing is I have to use a texture pack to remove those map markers, right, where the player is or where you placed a map, right? Boom. And then here we have the stronghold, the end portal, that also is still gonna build something here. Okay, we are in another area here. That is our western Mesa town. And we have a train coming here. This is the train station that has the nether portal. This here is a place where you can put villagers here to pacify them, right? They try to shoot the villager there, and until they break the crossbow. And all the pillagers here are named after people that used to play with me in a server, in the Cursed Kingdom server that I used to play. And yeah, we have quite a few builds here, like a pharmacy, a church, bank. I have caster in the church. But yeah, I really like this project. I think it was one of my coolest building projects that I did. Okay, this next project is our guest farm that we mined the perimeter in a shared week, right? We did a week of shared strings for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And here we have the skins and the names of people that donated, and we also captured some guesses for those people, right? And yeah, the way this gas farm works is actually this: you just fly around and kill the guests. It's very cringe, but it's very fun. And who cares, right? Not like we need a lot of gas tiers and gunpowder, we already have the creeper farm anyways. Okay, so this here is my ice farm, and it's a very simple ice farm. It's just a bunch of squares with slabs in the center to regenerate the water and the ice, right? And I terraformed a mountain around here, right? Because this is a mountain biome, but of course I built the farm on the top there, and then I had to terraform a little bit around. So yeah, this is the ice farm. Let's go to the next project. Okay, the next project is this one here in the jungle. I have another portal there. And yeah, I built a whole bunch of houses around here. And then we have this tunnel here that gets us to this jungle temple here. Little bit of a different jungle temple, I guess. And the cool thing about this jungle temple is that it's actually a maze. So inside here we have a bunch of doors that open and close randomly. You might be hearing a few headstone stuff. Let's try to actually get through a door. I think this one might be a door. Ah, see? The door opened. Yeah. So the doors open and close randomly, and you have to try to get to the end, which I never get. But wait, there is more. Yeah, there is one more thing in this jungle here. I chose this specific space because we have a stronghold here. But yeah, now it's time to see what we have in the end. There we go. Now we are in the end. And yeah, here where we spawn we have an aquarium. One side of the aquarium has axolotls, and the other side has some glow squids, regular squid, and yeah, of course here in the center, in the portal, in the return portal, we have our storage. This is the 9th time I build a storage. I always rebuild the stars, this kind of a meme here. And as you can see here in the end, we have a bunch of statues. So those are the founders of the Twitch channel. And they actually have lightsabers, but I have beacons off. Let me turn on. There we go. Now with the beacons on, you can see the lightsabers. But for some weird reason, Minecraft gets extremely lag when I have the beacon beams on. So I will turn them back off. Ah, there we go, much smoother. And yeah, around the center of the island here, and by the way, yeah, we don't have in the island anymore because I mined this a long time ago, almost 2 years ago. It was in February 2021 that we mined this island here. And yeah, around here we have a bunch of farms, but yeah, I don't like the way these farms look around here, right? They're kinda not symmetrical and weird, so that's why we started the Octantlus project. We're gonna rebuild all these farms there. But we also have a bunch of farms inside the end gateways. So let's take a look at those. Okay, so starting here, we have a bunch of villager trading halls, right? And I decided to put them here so we don't have them loaded all the time because villagers are a little bit laggy, right? So this one is for fishermen that mostly I use to buy campfires. This next one is librarians. Let's get inside there. Yeah, we have a bunch of librarians here in the sugarcane farm there. So we can trade paper with them and buy glass. That's all I do here, buy glass. Next we have the farmers. And yeah, the farmers are my main source of emeralds. All of them have a potato, carrots, pumpkins and melons for 1 emerald. Mostly I just use the pumpkin and melons because they are easier to get. Which by the way reminded me that I actually have a pumpkin and melon farm below my storage here. So yeah, it's a bunch of endermen that fall down here and pick up pumpkins and melons. And when they die we get the pumpkins and melons in here. Here we have a shulker of pumpkins and a shulker of melon here. Nice. And the ender pearls we just throw in the void. The next one is the masons that I use to buy quartz. Sometimes I also buy bricks or some glazed terracotta, but mostly I have already mined a lot of terracotta, right? So mostly I use to buy quartz. And this one is an iron farm. There you go. This is Namebone's iron farm. And yeah, I just built this here so we can get a bunch of iron. Okay, on this gateway we have our mega smelter. And it's also my own design and it's pretty cool because it smelts a shulker box in less than a minute. So if we place a shulker box here, and this is a shulker box unloader by Umango, but the other parts, the furnace array is my design. And we press this here, and it will push the blocks on top of the hoppers there. And the minecarts will distribute the items. And soon we will start to get all the items here in this giant water current here, and yeah, we start to get a whole bunch of items here. And we have this manual shulker loader here that we just throw all the items inside there. There we go. And when the shulker is full, it gets dropped to us. So there you go. It's a super smelt. Okay, the next 3 gateways are bee-related farms. This one is where we breed the bees, right? And on the next gateway, right next to this one, we have the honeycomb farm. It's a big one because we needed a bunch of honeycombs for the nether hub, right, in the nether tunnels. And yeah, while I'm here waiting for the bees to produce honeycombs, I'm chopping trees and stuff because I don't AFK in this world. I don't like AFKing because it's literally getting rewarded for not playing the game, right? And then we have the honey bottle farm, right? It's also a pretty big farm. Oh, and it's laggy because all the bees are getting out of the hive at the same time. So yeah, both these and the honeycomb farm are my design too. And the last gateway that has a farm is this one that has a skulk farm. So yeah, the way this farm works is up here we have a platform to spawn the enderman, and there is an endermite there. Right now nothing is spawning because the light is on. So you can fly down here and turn on the farm here. The Enderman will start spawning. And then you can just farm the blocks here, the bulk sensors, and yeah, everything else here. Okay, so there is 2 more places we have to show here in the end. One of them is this area where I did some map arts. That's me, that's my face. This is the Happy Tomato. And this here is Davey. Takes a while to load the, the map, and I forgot it was a clown now. There we go. So toxic, making fun of Dave. And the last place we have to show is behind here. This is our Lurkers army, right? Where that was a point redemption where people could redeem armor stains, and then we had this random wheel here that you would get a random item to put in your armor stains, right? So yeah, there is a whole bunch of armor stains here, and there is also beacons here, because I used to give 1 beacon to each subscriber, but that also stopped. Okay, since we are getting close to the end of the world tour, let me show you guys my stats. I'm just gonna scroll here a little bit, and you guys can pause the video if you are interested in any specific stats. I guess the most interesting one is the time played, right? 0.51 years, that's about 4,500 hours. And here on the items, the most mined is netherrack, and we broke a lot of netherite pickaxes. We crafted a lot of gold in the gold farm, I guess. 20 million uses in the netherite pickaxe. Yeah, bunch of other stuff here. And here are the mob stats. There we go. And we also have our almost netherite beacon here. There we go, now I turned on the beacon beams, and we have our almost netherite beacon here. But guess what? I did some mining off camera and got the last ancient debris we needed to complete the netherite beacon. So let's end this world tour by completing the netherite beacon. And thank you so much for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we will keep doing videos in this world and also streams. There will be a new Twitch redemption on the stream, so I build a build for you. So if you want a build in my world, go check my streams. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and let's complete this netherite beacon once for all. Not that anything special is gonna happen, right? But it's a symbolic accomplishment. There it is.